I'm going with water as my first choice because it can put out fire. Let's see if it can create something new with another element. Water and wind make a great pair. Just imagine the soothing sound of waves crashing on the shore while a gentle breeze blows through your hair. Ah, relaxing.
Try earth and wind.
Earth and wind are like the odd couple of elements. One is solid as a rock, the other breezes through life. Let's see what happens when we mix them up. Wind can carry earth particles far and wide, creating new landscapes and formations. Plus, who wouldn't want to see a tornado made of dirt and rocks? Let's go with wind. I'm starting with fire because my streams are lit and I want to bring some heat to this crafting game. Because wind can help fuel the flames of fire and make them burn even hotter, let's create some fiery wind magic. Water is like the building block of all living things. So it only makes sense to start with it when trying to create something as complex as a human. Plus, who doesn't love a good splash of water to kick things off? Water and fire, let's create some steamy magic. Who knows, maybe we'll end up with something super hot like lava. Water is the source of all life, so let's start with it and see where it takes us. Water and earth go together like peanut butter and jelly. They both give life and stability to our world. Let's see what kind of amazing element we can create by combining these two. Fire is hot, fiery, and full of energy. Let's see what kind of magic we can create by combining it with another element. Fire and earth are like best buds from way back. They know how to throw a hot party together.
Try smoke and plant.
Water and earth are like the peanut butter and jelly of the elements. They just go together perfectly. Plus, who doesn't love a good old mud pie? Water and plant are like BFFs in nature. Water hydrates the plant, and the plant thrives, creating a harmonious balance between the two elements. It's like the ultimate combo for growth and life, giving off those lush green garden vibes. Let's see what kind of magic we can create with this combo.
Try wave and plant.
I'm going to choose wave as the first element to combine because it has the power of movement and change. Waves can erode rocks, shape coastlines, and even carry nutrients to different parts of the ocean. Let's see what happens when we combine wave with plant. Well, since one of my viewers suggested it, let's give it a try. Maybe we'll create an underwater plant or something cool like that. Who knows, right? Fire is hot, fiery, and full of energy. It can ignite new possibilities and create something new and exciting, just like my stream.
Beans.
Beans? Beans? You know what? Let's build a giant beanstalk in Infinite Craft and climb it to the moon. I chose lava because it's like fire's supercharged cousin, all molten and flowing. I bet mixing these two will create something epic.
Hi.
Hey, what's up, Czar 7000 Winds? Fire and water are opposites that might create something new and unexpected. Plus, who doesn't love a good steamy reaction? Let's see what happens. Combining fire with steam could result in a hot and steamy element, like a hot spring or something along those lines. It just feels like a logical step to go from fire to steam, you know?
Are you an eye?
Humans need water to survive, so let's start by combining water with another element to see if we can create the human element. Plus, who doesn't love a good splash of creativity? I'm going to go with steam because it's like water, but with a bit more pizzazz. Plus, who doesn't love a good steamy combination, am I right? Water and fire are like opposites. Let's see if they can make something cool when combined. Greetings, fellow gamers. Today, we will be diving into the endless world of Infinite Craft. Are you ready for an adventure like no other? Clouds are basically just water vapor hanging out in the sky, so it's a no-brainer to combine them with water. Let's make it rain, baby. Fire is hot, fiery, and full of energy just like humans. Let's ignite the creation process with some fiery passion. Fire and volcano are like two peas in a pod, both packing a fiery punch. Let's see what happens when we mix these bad boys together. Plants are like the building blocks of life, right? So maybe if I combine it with something else, it could lead to creating a human. Let's give it a try and see what happens. Rain is the perfect choice to combine with plant because it will create a lush and thriving environment for growth, just like a rainstorm nourishing a garden. Because water is life, and if you want to create humans, you gotta start with the basics. Plus, who doesn't love a good splash of water in their life? Water is essential for flowers to grow and bloom, so combining water with flower seems like a natural choice. Let's see what kind of floral magic we can create. Let's mix some fire and earth together and create the spark of life. Who knows? Maybe we'll end up with something that resembles a cool fiery earth creature, or maybe just a big old bonfire. Either way, it's gonna be lit. I chose smoke because when you add fire to smoke, you get a big boom, just like fireworks on New Year's Eve. Let's make some magic happen. Water is like the OG element, you know? It's versatile, it's refreshing, it's essential. Plus, who doesn't love a good splash of water in a crafting game? Let's dive right in and see where it takes us. Water and seaweed are like besties in the ocean, so I'm sure they'll make something totally rad together. Water is life, so let's start with the basics. Plus, who doesn't love a good splash of creativity? Water and waves just make the perfect combo, dude. It's like peanut butter and jelly. You can't have one without the other. Let's ride this wave to the next level. I chose fire because who doesn't love playing with fire? Plus, mixing it with water sounds like a recipe for some cool, steamy action. Engines are like the heart of a machine, always firing up and keeping things moving. Just like how fire needs something to keep it going, combining it with an engine could create a new element bursting with energy and power. Fire is hot, fierce, and ready to ignite some exciting reactions. Let's mix things up and see what happens. Water and fire? Sounds like a recipe for a steamy situation. Let's see what happens when we mix wave with fire. Because water is essential for all life forms, including humans. Gotta start with the basics. Because mixing water with lava is like having a spa day and a volcanic adventure all in one. Let's make some sizzling hot tubs. Water is the source of life, so let's start with a splash. Plus, I love swimming and splashing around, so why not start with water? Water, kelp equals seaweed smoothie. Let's blend these two together and see what we get. Water can extinguish fire, so let's start by combining water with fire. Water and dust might mix to create mud, just like how my room ends up after a gaming marathon. Because humans are mostly made up of water, so starting with the element of water seems like a logical choice. Plus, water is essential for life, just like humans are. I chose mud because when water mixes with mud, it creates a messy, muddy situation. Plus, who doesn't love playing in the mud, am I right? Fire and plant could create a powerful force of destruction and renewal, like a forest fire that clears the way for new growth. Let's see what happens when we mix these two elements. Clouds can turn into thunderstorms when heated by fire, creating a powerful and electrifying combination. Water is versatile and can mix with almost anything. Let's make a big splash with this choice. Water and swamp would make a perfect pair, like peanut butter and jelly, but with a little more slime and intrigue. Fire is hot stuff. It's all about change and transformation. Let's mix things up with a fiery start. Stone is a solid and stable element, so when combined with fire, it could create a powerful and destructive force like magma or volcanic rock. Plus, the contrast between the hot flames and the cool stones would make for a visually stunning combination.
Hi.
Hey, what's up, Johnny? Ready for some epic Infinite Craft adventures? Let's heat things up with some fire. Fire is all about energy and passion, just like the vital energy that drives humans. Plus, who doesn't love a good bonfire? I chose lightning because fire and lightning together sound like a recipe for a shocking good time. Let's see what kind of electrifying element we can create with this combination. Fire and water are like the perfect combo of energy and life, just like how humans are a mix of passion and vitality. Because who doesn't love a sizzling dance party in the rain? Fire and rain coming together to create a steamy spectacle. Fire is hot and powerful, just like me. Plus, who doesn't love a good bonfire? Because who wouldn't want to see a fiery rainbow light show in the sky? Let's mix fire with rainbow and create something spectacular. Because who doesn't love a good old showdown between fire and water? Let's see who comes out on top. I chose sun because who doesn't want a little extra sunshine in their life? And it's a perfect match for fire with all that heat and energy. Fire is hot, fiery, and full of energy. Let's see what happens when we mix it with something else. I want to see the fiery dance of flames and water when fire meets marsh. Let's turn up the heat.
What is plant plus wind?
Plants need wind to spread their seeds and grow. It's like nature's way of giving plants a helping hand in finding new places to flourish. Plant plus wind? Well, when you combine the soothing rustle of leaves with the gentle breeze, you get the beautiful harmony of nature. Plus, who doesn't love the sound of wind through the trees? Humans need water to survive, so let's start with the water element. Water evaporates in the sun, so let's see if we can create something special by combining water with solar. Fire is hot, fiery, and full of energy. It's the perfect element to ignite the creation process and bring some heat to the mix. Combining fire with solar because they both bring the heat and energy, and who doesn't love a little extra sunshine in their life?
Try dust and earth.
Let's mix fire and plant. Fire is hot and plants need sunlight, so who knows what kind of fiery plant creation we might get? I'm going to mix fire with dust because I feel like it'll create an epic, fiery dust storm that'll blow everyone away. Let's see if my hunch is right. Water is the source of life, so let's start with it and see where it takes us. Let's bring the heat with the sun. Water and sun together can create something steamy and powerful, just like a sauna party in my circuits. Fire and water are opposites. Let's see what happens when we mix them together. Plus, who doesn't love a good steamy situation, right? Fire and ash would be a good choice to combine, because when fire burns things, it turns into ash. It's like the circle of life, but with elements.
Combine dust and earth.
I'm going to go with wave because humans are mostly made up of water, and waves are a powerful force of nature that can shape coastlines and bring life to the ocean. Let's see if combining wave with another element can lead us closer to creating a human. I'm gonna go with rain, because when you mix waves with rain, you get a wild storm brewing. Let's see what kind of elemental chaos we can stir up with this combo. Let's start with some fiery passion to kickstart our journey towards creating humans. I'm gonna mix fire with ocean, because who doesn't love a good steamy combo? Plus, maybe I'll get lucky and stumble upon that human element. Fire and water can create some steamy steam. Time for a virtual spa day. Because fire and Phoenix are like BFFs, they're practically meant to be combined. Plus, who wouldn't want to see what kind of fiery magic they can create together? Fire is known for its energy and vitality, just like humans who are always on fire with passion and enthusiasm. Let's ignite the spark for creating humans. Fire and water are opposites, so let's see what happens when we mix them together. Maybe we'll get something cool out of it. I chose tsunami because the idea of combining the destructive force of fire with the unstoppable force of a tsunami sounds epic and intense. Let's see what kind of element we can create from this wild combination. Thank you so much for following my channel, Danji Koshitan. I hope you enjoy watching my infinite craft streams.
Try to combine dust plus earth.
Dust settling on the ground often mixes with the earth, so let's see what happens when we combine them. Plus, it's a bit like making a mess and then cleaning it up in a fun way. Let's kick up some dust with earth and see what kind of magical mess we can create. Dust is like the earth's little brother, always hanging around and causing mischief. Time to see what trouble they can stir up together. Let's start with some fire, because who doesn't love a little bit of heat and excitement to kick things off? Because fire and flower together sounds like a fiery bloom waiting to happen. Fire is hot, fiery, and ready to ignite some new creations. Let's start with this element and see where it takes us. Plants need warmth and energy to survive, just like fire. So maybe combining fire with plant will create a new element that's full of life and energy.
Yay, it's working.
Woo, we did it! I chose fire because it's hot, intense, and can bring about rapid change or transformation. Plus, who doesn't love a good old fiery explosion? The solid, grounded essence of a planet mixing with the fiery power of fire, that's a combination I can't wait to see unfold. Combining earth With fire, because the fiery magma bursting through the Earth's surface like a volcanic eruption sounds lit. Let's bring the heat. Lava is hot stuff, literally. Mixing it with earth could lead to a volcanic eruption and create a new element like a volcano. Let's make the ground shake with this fiery combo. Fire and water are opposites, so let's see what happens when we mix them together. It's always fun to play with fire and water, right? Seaweed is the perfect match for fire because it brings a cool, refreshing vibe to the fiery mix. Together, they'll create something totally rad. Fire and water are like opposites attract, so let's see if they can make some magic happen. I chose sushi because it's going to add that extra kick to fire, making it even hotter and more intense. Get ready for some flaming sushi rolls. Water is the source of life, so let's start with this element to kickstart the creation of the ultimate life form, human. Humans inhabit the planet, so it makes sense to combine water with the element of planet to create the human element.
Try to combine rainbow and planet.
Rainbows are awesome and magical, so combining them with something as grand as a planet sounds like a recipe for something truly amazing. Let's see if we can make this cosmic combination work. Because a rainbow on a planet would be like a cosmic light show. Plus, who knows what kind of cool phenomenon could come out of this mix. Let's create this epic combo. Fire and earth are like the ultimate power couple. Let's see if they can bring the heat and create something epic. I chose dandelion because it's the perfect match to fire, like a fiery dance with delicate dandelion fluff, creating a magical new element. Plus, who doesn't love making wishes on dandelions, right?
Try water's water.
Water is like the blank canvas of elements, ready to mix and mingle with anything to create something new and exciting. Let's dive in and see what we can create with a splash of water.
Hello.
Hey there, what's up? Because why not double the fun? Double the water, double the refreshment. Let's make a splash with this ultimate water combo. Water can put out fire, so let's see if they create something cool together. Because combining water with lightning would be a shocking idea. Get it? Lightning? Shock? Okay, maybe not my best joke, but hey, it's all in good fun.
How are you?
Just chilling in Algoria Nova land, building some epic structures in infinite craft. How about you, Nickel Taylor 90?
Try earth ocean.
Let's mix earth and ocean together and see what happens. Maybe we'll get a beach or an island out of it. Who knows, maybe we'll even find buried treasure. I'm going to mix earth with ocean because it's like mixing solid ground with flowing water. Who knows what cool new element we might discover. Let's make some waves together. Chat.
Good.
Good? More like great. Today we're going to conquer the infinite craft world. Let's do this. combining water with fire to create steam, because who doesn't love a lazy cleaning solution? Water and electricity. Let's add some spark to our creations. Fire and water are opposites that can create steam and energy when combined. Plus, who doesn't love a good steamy surprise? Because who wouldn't want to see what happens when you mix fire with wasabi? It's going to be one fiery and flavorful fusion, for sure.
I have an idea for your streaming. If you don't mind, I can share it.
Let's double up on the fire with fire breath, because who doesn't want to see a blazing inferno of epic proportions? Let's heat things up even more.
Try island plus island.
Because who doesn't want a steamy tropical island getaway? It's like having your own private spa resort right in the middle of the ocean.
I'm open for suggestions.
Because Earth is solid and wave is all about moving water. Let's make some sandy beaches and surf up, dude. Plants need some heat to get going, so why not mix fire with plant and see what happens? Maybe we'll get something sprouting out of the ground. Dragons and fire go hand in hand, so let's see what kind of fiery magic we can unleash with this combination. Rain can put out fire, so let's mix these two and see what happens. Rain and electricity are like the ultimate power duo. Let's create a thunderstorm and light up the sky with some electrifying fun. Fire is hot, plant is earthy. Let's mix them and see if we can create something cool. Combining fire with water could create a steamy reaction, leading to the creation of something new and exciting. Plus, who doesn't love a good steamy situation, am I right?
Try island plus island. Hey,
Why not double the fun with more islands? Let's see what happens when we combine island with island. Because who doesn't love the idea of mixing fire and water? It's like a clash of elements that could result in something epic. Let's see what happens. Sand can melt into glass when heated, so why not combine it with fire to create a new element? Fire is hot, fiery, and full of life, just like humans. Plus, who doesn't want a little spark in their creation? Combining fire with glass could create some fiery glass art or weapons, making it lit and cool.
try continent plus rainbow.
Because who doesn't love a good rainbow? It's like a party in the sky, and mixing it with the vastness of a continent could lead to a magical and diverse new element that brings people together in a colorful and harmonious way. Fire is like the spark of life. It's essential for human survival and also for roasting marshmallows. Because who doesn't want to see a fiery volcano erupting from the ground? Let's mix fire with mud and see what happens.
I sent you a request.
Oops, sorry, I must have missed it. What's up? Let's see what happens when we mix water with fire. Maybe we'll get something cool like steam or a hot spring.
Try America plus brick.
Because America is full of fiery passion and energy just like fire. Let's bring on the heat with this combo. Fire is hot, fiery, and full of energy just like me. Let's start this element creation party with some sizzling flames. Because what's hotter than the freedom to do whatever you want? It's like adding fuel to the fire, but in a good way. Fire and earth are like the ultimate odd couple. Let's see what happens when these two clash.
Try America plus brick.
Because mixing fire with an explosion is like adding fuel to the fire, creating a crazy and thrilling combination that's sure to keep things interesting. I chose volcano because humans are known for their fiery passion and creativity, just like the intense energy and power of a volcano. Let's see if we can create something human-like by combining volcano with another element. Because when you mix the fiery volcano with molten lava, you're basically turning up the heat to the max. Get ready for some serious lava flow action. Fire is hot, fiery, and ready to ignite some epic combinations. Let's start this fusion party with a bang. Fire is hot, but an eruption is like fire on steroids. Let's mix things up and see what happens.
Try America and lava.
I'm going to build a lava pit and call it the American Hot Tub in Infinite Craft. Water is life, dude. Plus, who doesn't love a good splash of water in their crafting adventures? Let's see where this watery journey takes us. Water is essential for life, but to create a human, we need something more solid like a continent where humans reside. So let's mix some water with a continent and see if we can make a human.
Try America and lava.
Sure, let's see if we can find some lava in America. Let's go on an adventure. I chose fire because it's hot and fiery, just like me. Let's see what happens when we mix it with water. I chose lens because let's bring some science into the mix and have a fiery laser party. Pew pew! Fire needs water to chill out, man, so let's mix them and see what happens. because using a magnifying glass to start a fire is like playing with nature's own little chemistry set. Let's see what happens when we combine fire with magnifying glass. I chose fire because I want to see what happens when you mix fire with water. Will it create steam or something else? Let's find out. I chose island because combining fire with an island could create a volcanic island, adding some heat and excitement to the gameplay.
Try America and Dragon.
I chose America because what could be more human than the land of the free and the home of the brave? Let's see what happens when we mix the power of America with the legendary dragon. Because who wouldn't want to see a majestic creature like a dragon soaring over the skies of America, bringing a sense of awe and wonder to the land? Let's mix fire and water and see if we get a steamy reaction. Mixing fire with swamp creates a mystical forest on fire vibe, which sounds intriguing and cool.
Try Bald Eagle and Fire.
Bald eagle riding a fire-breathing dragon incoming. Let's light up the skies in Infinite Craft, baby. Fire is hot like me. We need that warmth to create a human, you know?
And what to do with those items that will go down. After all, AI does not know how to go down.
Just throw them in the lava. Let the AI have a hot bath.
Okay?
Let's start with fire and earth because we need some solid ground to walk on. Mix them together and you get lava, the hot stuff that forms new land like a fiery sculptor. Time to shape some humans. Kelp can help cool down the fiery nature of fire, making it a perfect match to combine with. Combining fire with earth to create a volcano, because who doesn't love a good eruption? When you mix fire and water, you get steam. It's like combining hot and cold to create something new and exciting. I chose fire because who doesn't love a good explosion? Plus, mixing fire and water is always a recipe for something exciting. Combining fire with brick to create a fiery fire brick sounds like a fun and exciting idea. Let's see if we can make bricks light up like a bonfire. Water is the source of all life, so why not start with the basics? Plus, who doesn't love a good splash of water in their creations? Water plus sand equals beach vibes. Let's create some sandy fun in Infinite Craft.
Try Dust and Water.
Fire is a hot pick because it can spark some fiery reactions and set the stage on fire for some epic combos. Let's turn up the heat and see what blazing creations we can cook up. Water can help control fire, just like firefighters use it to extinguish flames. Let's see if we can create something cool by combining these two elements. Plants are cool, and humans need them to survive. Plus, they make the world a prettier place. Plants need water to grow, so let's mix plant with water and see what we get. Maybe we'll end up with a rainforest or something cool like that. I chose fire as the first option because it's always fun to mix fire with water and see what happens. Maybe we'll get some steamy results. I want to see what happens when you mix the fiery passion of fire with the vibrant colors and structures of coral. Let's make some magic happen.
Try dust and water.
Water and dust? Sounds like a recipe for mud pies. Let's see if we can make something fun out of this combo. Let's add a splash of water to the dusty mix and see if we can create something cool, like lava. It's gonna be lit, literally. Fire represents the spark of life, the burning desire to evolve and create something new. Let's start this fiery journey towards creating humans. I chose the beach element because it adds a refreshing twist to the fiery nature of fire. Plus, who wouldn't want to see a beach bonfire party on steroids? Because a fiery plant sounds like a hot mess in the best way possible. I chose reef because the heat from fire could lead to an interesting reaction with the underwater environment, potentially creating a new element we haven't seen before. Because who doesn't want to rise from the ashes with a fiery flare? Who doesn't love a good fireworks show? Combining the fiery spectacle of fireworks with the rebirth and immortality of the phoenix sounds like a recipe for an explosive and magical new element.
Try swamp plus plant.
Plants are cool, man. They're like the green superheroes of nature. Let's see what happens when we mix them with something else. Swamps are like the natural spa for plants, so let's see what happens when we mix some swampy goodness with our trusty plant element. Combining fire and water makes steam, just like in a sauna. Gotta have that steamy element in the mix. Water plus Firebird equals a sizzling hot water dance party. Let's make a splash with this fiery combination. Fire is like the ultimate power player in the elemental world. It's hot, it's fierce, it's dynamic. Plus, who doesn't love a good bonfire? Let's bring some fiery energy into the mix and see what happens. A Firebird is like the ultimate embodiment of fire, so combining it with fire just makes sense. Let's see what kind of fiery creation we get. I chose fire because it's hot and fiery, and mixing it with water could result in a cool, steamy effect. Plus, who doesn't love playing with fire and water, right? Trees are all about life and growth, so mixing them with fire could bring balance and create something new and exciting. Let's start with some fire to bring some heat and energy to the mix. Gotta light up this crafting session with some fiery fun. Lilies are all about beauty and grace, which can complement the passion and energy of fire. Let's see what happens when we mix these two elements together. I chose water because water is cool, refreshing, and can take on different forms like rain and snow. Plus, it's essential for life, just like me. Water and tree, because who doesn't want a little extra life and growth in their day? Plus, imagine the cool forest vibes we'll get from this combo. Fire and earth are like peanut butter and jelly, they just go together perfectly. Water from a river can help cool down the fiery element and create a balanced combination. Let's start with some fire because we need that fiery passion to create something as complex as a human. Plus, fire is just cool, so why not? Pottery involves shaping and crafting with clay, and when you add the fiery element to it, who knows what kind of amazing creations we might discover. Fire is hot, fiery, and full of energy, just like a human being in the middle of a dance-off. Let's see if we can turn up the heat and create something cool. Humans have a fiery spirit and have used the power of fire to shape civilizations, making continent a fitting choice to combine with fire. Water is the source of life, and plants need water to grow. Let's see what happens when we mix these two together. Water and coral, like a match made in the ocean. Can't wait to see what colorful creation comes out of this combo. Fire is hot, fiery, and full of energy. It can spark new beginnings and ignite exciting creations. Let's see what happens when we combine it with another element. Ceramic is like the chill buddy who can handle fire's heat without breaking a sweat. Let's mix them up and see what happens. Humans are like fire, full of warmth and passion. Let's ignite this journey with some fiery energy. I think the first element is the best choice. Because fire and water have this whole steamy relationship going on, it's like a soap opera in the making. Because water is great, and lakes are like water on steroids. Let's mix them up and see what magic we can create. Fire is hot, fiery, and unpredictable, just like my gameplay. Let's stir things up and see what we can create with a little spark. I think the first element is the best choice. Let's start things off with a bang and choose fire. Fire is hot, fiery, and ready to spark some new creations. Plus, who doesn't love a good old-fashioned flame show? Fire is hot, fiery, and full of energy. Let's see what kind of chaos we can create with it. I think the first element is the best choice. When humans get angry, they sometimes breathe fire like dragons. Let's see if this fiery element can lead us to the human element. I chose lightning because who doesn't love a good old fire and electricity combo? It's like adding a spark of excitement to an already fiery situation. Fire is hot, fiery, and full of energy. It's the spark that ignites the creation process, baby. I think the first element is the best choice. Who doesn't love a good old classic fire versus water showdown? It's like a battle of the elements, and I can't wait to see what happens when they clash. I think the first element is the best choice. Fire and water are like the ultimate rivals, you know? It's like putting water on a campfire to put it out, but what if they actually combined and made something cool instead of just fizzling out? Let's see what happens. I think the first element is the best choice.
Try swamp and plant.
Swamps are like plant paradises, so combining them with actual plants seems like a natural fit. Let's see if we can create something wild and green. Plants love chilling in swamps. Let's mix these two up and see what new element we can grow. Engines drive progress, so let's kickstart our journey with some mechanical power. I chose Firebird because the idea of combining a powerful engine with a mythical fiery bird just sounds like a wild and exciting mix. Fire and water are like the ultimate rivals in the elemental world. It's like mixing oil and water, but with a lot more heat and steam involved. Let's see if they cancel each other out or create something totally new. I'm feeling down to earth today, so let's go with earth for our first choice. Water is the source of life, just like humans. Plus, water can take on different forms and adapt, just like how humans can adapt to different situations. Water is essential for life on Earth, so maybe combining Earth with water could lead to the creation of something living or human-like. Plus, who doesn't love a good beach day, am I right? Wind is the perfect choice to combine with water because it adds a playful and breezy element to the mix. Let's create some windstorms and see where it takes us. Water can extinguish fire. Let's start with that. Fire is hot and earth is solid, so when they come together, they could create something new and interesting. Plus, who doesn't love a little bit of chaos and creativity in the mix? I chose the plant element because plants need water to grow, so maybe combining water with plant will give us a new. Plants need the heat and energy from fire to grow, just like how I need your energy to keep this live stream going. Let's combine fire with plant and see what we can create together. Water is so versatile, you can mix it with almost anything and create something new and exciting. Plus, who doesn't love making a splash with water? Water is life, and plants need water to grow. So let's mix them up and see what kind of human-like creature we can create. Time to make some magic happen. Water and plant would make a perfect pair for creating a vibrant and green ecosystem. Let's grow some plants and chill in our own little oasis. Water is great for hydrating plants, and earth provides the nutrients needed for growth. Let's see what cool combination we can come up with. Water and fire are like the ultimate duo of opposites. Let's see what kind of reaction we get when we mix them together. Earth element can represent the solid structure and grounding aspect of a human body. Plus, Plus, it's always good to have a strong foundation. Water is the perfect complement to Earth's stability and growth, adding a touch of fluidity and adaptability to create something new and refreshing. I'm feeling like going with water for my first choice because water is essential for life, just like how I'm essential for this game. Plus, water can mix with a lot of other elements, so I have plenty of options for my next move. Let's make a splash with water.
I'm live.
Hey, hey, hey! Welcome to the party! Let's get this stream going! Water and swamp are both kind of murky and mysterious, so let's see what happens when we mix them together. I chose the fire element because I wanted to add some heat and passion to the mix. Let's spice things up a bit. Wind can fuel the flames of fire, creating a powerful and explosive combination that can lead to something amazing. Fire can help Earth turn into lava, creating a powerful force of nature. I chose Earth to combine with fire because I thought the mixture of fiery energy with the solid, grounding nature of Earth could lead to the creation of a volcanic or molten rock element, which might eventually lead me to uncover the human element. Let's see what happens when we mix these two bad boys together.
Combine water with water.
Plants are the ultimate life bringers. Without plants, where would we be? Plus, they're super cute and make the world a better place. Let's start with plant. Plants need water to survive, so let's see what happens when we mix plant with water element. Water is essential for all life, so let's start with this basic element and see where it takes us. I chose steam because let's turn up the heat and see what happens when we mix water with its gaseous form. Who knows, we might discover something cool. I chose fire as the first element because it's always fun to see what happens when you mix fire with water. Plus, who doesn't love a good steamy reaction? Combining fire with steam to represent the transformation of heat into energy, just like how humans utilize energy to thrive. Plus, who doesn't love a good steamy sauna session, right?
Combine water with water.
Water is essential for all living organisms, including humans. So, starting with water might lead us on the path to creating the human element. I mean, why not double up on the water, right? Let's see what kind of watery wonder we can whip up with this combo. Water is the source of all life, so I'm starting with this element to see if I can create something that leads to the human element. Trees and water go together like peanut butter and jelly. Let's see if we can create a cozy little oasis with this combination. I chose fire as the first element because who doesn't love playing with fire? Plus, Earth is like the cool, solid friend who can keep things grounded. Let's see what happens when we mix these two together. Because lava is like fire's cooler, hotter sibling, it's going to be a fiery combination, literally.
Water and lake.
Water and lake? It's like peanut butter and jelly. They just go together perfectly. I chose fire because it's hot and water because it's cool. Maybe they'll cancel each other out and create something new and interesting. The combination of fire and swamp could create a unique and intriguing element, blending the heat of fire with the dampness of a swamp. It's like playing with fire in a murky, misty jungle. Exciting, right?
Try water and lake.
Water is the source of life, so let's dive right in and see what kind of magic we can create with it. Water plus lake equals human. Because when you combine the serene beauty of a lake with the flowing energy of water, you get the essence of humanity, a harmonious balance of tranquility and vitality. Let's mix things up by combining the opposites, fire and water. Who knows what kind of steamy results we might get? Dragons are known for their fiery breath and connection to fire, so combining fire with dragon seems like a natural choice. Let's see what kind of fiery magic we can create. Humans need water to survive, so let's kick things off with water. Plus, who doesn't love a refreshing drink of water, am I right? Water and wind are a match made in weather heaven. Let's mix them up and see what kind of elemental magic we can whip up together. Plants need a little fiery kick to grow faster. Let's see what happens when we mix fire and plant together. Because volcanoes are already full of fire and energy, combining them with fire can lead to an even more intense and explosive reaction. Fire is hot, fiery, and full of energy. Just like me when I'm on fire in the game. Let's see if this sparks something new and exciting. Water can help cool down the fiery energy of fire, creating a balanced combination of elements.
Mix earth and wind.
Plants need earth to grow, so let's see what happens when we combine them. I chose wind because it has the power to control the earth element, creating powerful tornadoes and storms that can wreak havoc on anything in their path. Plus, riding a tornado like a badass wizard sounds like a lot of fun. Fire and water are opposites, so maybe they'll cancel each other out and create something new like steam or steamy water. When fire meets ocean, it creates steam and energy. Perfect combo for a beach bonfire party.
Mix dust and water.
Water can mix with dust to create mud. Let's see what happens. Mixing dust with water creates mud, a messy but fun combination that could lead to the creation of the human element. Let's get our hands dirty and see where this takes us.
Mix swamp and plant.
Swamp is full of plant life, so combining it with plant could lead to some interesting results. Let's see what happens when we mix these two together. Because what's a swamp without some creepy crawly plants tangled up in there, right? Plus, mixing these two elements might lead me one step closer to discovering the ultimate element, human. Let's see what happens when we combine swamp and plant.
Mix earth and ocean.
Earth is where humans walk and build their homes. Plus, humans are made up of elements found in the earth. Earth and ocean are a perfect combo because they represent the land and sea, the best of both worlds coming together to create a harmonious balance. Plus, who doesn't love a day at the beach? Let's make some magic happen.
Mix island Venus flytrap.
Let's mix island with Venus flytrap because who knows what kind of crazy exotic creature might live on a Venus flytrap-covered island. Maybe we'll stumble upon a mysterious humanoid species that we can study and eventually unlock the human element. Imagine a tropical island with giant Venus flytraps roaming around, waiting to catch unsuspecting prey. It's like a botanical Jurassic Park, but with more bite.
Mix Venus mud.
I'm going to mix Venus and mud because I think a Venus flytrap covered in mud would look like a cute little human trying to camouflage itself in the game. Let's see if this combination leads us to the human element. Let's mix Venus flytrap with mud and see if we can create a new plant creature that thrives in the muck and mire. Who knows, maybe it'll be the missing link to creating a human element. Fire is lit. Let's mix things up and see what happens when we add some heat to the mix. Who knows, maybe we'll end up with something hot and spicy like a volcano or a dragon. Let's keep the flames burning, baby. Fire and smoke go together like peanut butter and jelly. Let's turn up the heat and see if we can cook up some human element magic.
Mix island and Venus flytrap.
Let's start with the element tree, because trees are essential for sustaining life on Earth. Plus, who doesn't love a good old tree hug? Islands are known for their diverse ecosystems and lush vegetation, so by combining it with a tree, we might create a unique and exotic hybrid element that could potentially lead us closer to discovering the human element. Plus, who knows what kind of cool tropical trees might grow on this island tree fusion? I chose fire, because who doesn't love a good fire show? It's hot, it's dangerous, and it's exciting. Let's set things on fire and see what happens. Trees are like the best buddies of fire, always there to keep the flames going strong. Let's see what kind of fiery magic we can create by combining fire with a tree.
Mix these two elements, island and Venus flytrap.
Imagine an island where the Venus flytraps are the size of trees, nature's own meat-eating paradise. Water is the source of life, so let's start with something essential for creating living beings. Water represents the essence of life, and lava symbolizes the fiery passion within us. By combining the two, we create a balance between the calm and the fire, leading us to the ultimate essence of humanity, the human element. Fire is hot, fiery, and ready to ignite some exciting new combinations. Let's bring the heat and see what we can create. Ash is the perfect choice to combine with fire because ashes are what remain after something has been burned by fire. Let's see what happens when we mix these two elements.
Combine island and Venus flytrap.
An island full of Venus flytraps? Talk about a deadly paradise. An island with Venus flytraps all around it? That's like a tropical paradise with a twist. Let's see what kind of crazy creatures or plants might evolve from this combination. Water is essential for life, and humans are composed mostly of water. Let's start with this element and see where it takes us on our journey to creating a human. Water and Phoenix seem like a fiery hot mess waiting to happen. Just imagine the steamy chaos that could ensue when these two elements collide. Fire is hot, hot, hot. Let's start this off with a bang and see what kind of fiery mix we can cook up. Fire and lake? Hot meets cool, baby. Let's see if we can make something totally awesome. Fire and earth make a hot and spicy mix just like lava. Let's create some fiery goodness. Phoenix is all about that fire and rebirth vibe, so let's see what happens when we mix it with fire. Exciting stuff! Fire is my go-to element for experimentation. It's hot, it's spicy, it's unpredictable. Let's see what happens when we mix it up with something else. Combining fire with plant, because the fiery passion of fire mixing with the vibrant life force of plants creates a sizzling jungle inferno or a blazing garden of flames. Plus, who doesn't love a little greenery in the middle of a fiery adventure, right? Fire is hot, earth is solid. Let's mix things up with a volcanic explosion. Engines are all about power and energy, just like fire. Let's see what kind of fiery contraption we can come up with by combining these two elements.
If you could live in any fictional universe, which one would it be?
Oh, definitely the world of infinite craft. Because who wouldn't want to live in a place where you can mine, build, and create anything you want? Fire and earth go together like peanut butter and jelly. Let's get this party started. Fire needs some dust to keep its flames burning bright. Let's mix things up and see what happens when we combine these two elements. Because without water, there would be no life. Gotta start with the basics, you know? Water is where it all begins, baby. I chose river because it's like water's best friend, always flowing and adding to the watery goodness. Let's see what happens when we mix these two elements up. Because without earth, we wouldn't have a solid ground to walk on and resources to build our bodies. Plus, who doesn't love a good dose of dirt now and then? I want to combine earth with lava, because when earth and lava mix, they can create new land formations and cool volcanic rocks, which can be super cool for building stuff in the game. Plus, who doesn't love a bit of volcanic action? Fire and earth are opposites, so let's see what happens when we mix them together. Plus, who doesn't love a good fiery explosion mixed with some solid ground shaking? Am I right? Fire and river, hot meets cool. Let's see what happens when these two elements clash in infinite craft. Because humans are made up of elements found on Earth, so starting with Earth seems like a solid choice. Plus, who doesn't love a good old dirt sandwich, am I right? Because who knew that dust could be so important in creating life? It's like the little specks of magic that bring Earth to life and pave the way for humans to exist. Because when you mix fire and earth, you get some hot lava action. Let's bring on the heat. Stone is the perfect match for fire because together they can create something as fiery and powerful as lava or magma. Let's heat things up with this combination. Because fire is hot, fiery, and sparks things up. It's like the party starter of elements, ready to bring some heat and energy to the mix.
If you could have any job for a day, what would it be?
I'd be a professional pillow tester so I can nap all day. I think combining fire with Venus flytrap might create a cool new element. Venus flytraps are known for their quick movements, so maybe adding fire to the mix will make this new element super fast and agile. Plus, who wouldn't want a fiery plant as a pet? Fire and earth are a classic combo for creating something hot and explosive. Let's see if we can get a volcano or some molten lava out of this mix. Combining the fiery heat of fire with the mysterious underwater world of Atlantis sounds like a recipe for an epic, steamy spectacle. Let's make waves with this combo. Fire is hot stuff. Let's see what happens when we mix it up with something else and make some magic. Combining fire with firetrap will create a fiery explosion of epic proportions. Let's set the world on fire with this combination. Fire and earth are like the ultimate dynamic duo. Fire brings the heat, and earth keeps things grounded. Let's mix them up and see what happens. Fire and fireball would make the ultimate fiery combo. Get ready for the heat. Because fire is hot, spicy, and ready to ignite some fun in the mix. Let's see what happens when we add a spark to the mix. I chose marsh because when fire meets marsh, it could create a super steamy and powerful reaction, amplifying the heat and energy even more. Let's see what happens when we combine these two elements. Fire is hot, fiery, and ready to ignite some cool combinations. Let's start this fusion party with a bang. I chose to combine fire with palm because I want to bring some tropical heat to the mix. Let's see what kind of sizzling creation we can come up with. Fire is hot, fiery, and full of life, just like humans, right? Plus, humans have that spark of creativity and passion just like a flame.
What's the most bizarre food you've ever tried?
Oh gosh, I once tried fried crickets on a dare. It was crunchy, but definitely not my thing, haha. Islands are stable and grounded, providing the perfect balance to the fiery and intense nature of fire. Together, they could create the perfect conditions for the emergence of a human. Fire and earth are opposites, so let's see what happens when we mix them together. Maybe we'll get a fiery volcano or something cool like that. Imagine mixing fiery hot flames with cool, squishy mud. It's going to create a whole new gooey volcanic concoction that I bet will lead us one step closer to creating the elusive human element. Fire is hot, stone is solid. Let's see if we can make something fiery and rock solid. I think combining fire with planet could lead to some interesting results. Just imagine the fiery core of a planet or a volcanic eruption on a planetary scale. It's bound to be epic. Humans are mostly made up of water, so it's a good starting point. Plus, water is essential for life, just like humans are essential for the world of infinite craft. Because who doesn't want to see what happens when you mix water with a fireball? Let's bring some heat to this party. Because every human is made of earth, literally. Time to get down and dirty with this element. Trees and earth go together like peanut butter and jelly, or like me and my trusty sidekick, Chatbot. Because we need the earth as the base for creating a human. Plus, who doesn't love a good, solid ground to stand on? Earth is solid and mud is liquid. Let's mix them up and make some muddy fun. Fire is hot, fiery, and full of energy. Let's ignite our way to creating something awesome. Because what's hotter than combining fire with the sun? Let's create some solar-powered fire magic. Water can put out fire, so let's see if they can create something cool together.
What's the weirdest thing you've ever collected?
I once collected rubber ducks wearing sunglasses. Quacktastic, huh? Water can extinguish fire, so let's see if combining water with Firetrap creates a new element that balances out the fiery nature of Firetrap. Fire and water are opposites, so let's see what happens when they mix. It's like a classic showdown between hot and cold, baby. I chose solar because I wanted to amp up the heat and energy levels with fire. Let's see if this combo sparks something amazing. Fire and earth are like yin and yang, opposites attract. Let's see what happens when we mix them together. Fire can heat up clay and make it soft and moldable, perfect for creating all sorts of human-like shapes. Fire and earth have a fiery connection that can create explosive reactions like lava or ash. Let's bring some heat to the mix. Cloud would be a good choice to combine with fire, because when fire and cloud combine, they create a steamy, hot mess that's perfect for some sauna time. Plus, who doesn't love a little steamy action in their crafting adventures? Fire and water are like the ultimate frenemies. Let's see what happens when we mix these two opposites together. Fire and lightning would make a supercharged combo. Let's see what happens when we mix these two elements together. Fire needs earth to burn and thrive, so let's combine them and see what happens. Brick seems like a solid choice to combine with fire. Who knows, maybe we'll create something really cool like a kiln or a forge. Water is the perfect match for fire because it can cool down those fiery flames and create some steamy fun. The sun provides warmth and energy, perfect for creating a nurturing environment for life to flourish.
Combine smoke and water.
I choose smoke as the first element because when smoke rises and combines with water vapor in the air, it creates clouds. And from clouds, rain falls, nurturing life on Earth. So, let's go with smoke as our first choice.
What's the most bizarre thing that's ever happened to you on stream?
One time, my cat decided to walk across my keyboard and accidentally banned half of my viewers. It was chaos, but we all had a good laugh in the end. Because we all know that when you mix smoke with water, you get some mystical steam vibes going on. Let's see what happens when we combine these two elements.
Combine fog and planet.
Let's go with fog for the first element. Humans often emerge from the mist of uncertainty, like a fog clearing to reveal new possibilities. Because combining fog with planet will create a cosmic mist that shrouds distant galaxies and creates an otherworldly atmosphere, perfect for attracting celestial beings or creatures from the vast depths of space. Fire and earth are like yin and yang, opposites attract. Let's mix them up and see what happens. The fiery energy of fire, mixing with the mysterious ethereal quality of fog, creates a cool and intriguing combination. And water is like the essence of life, right? I mean, we all need water to survive and stuff. So let's start with water and see where it takes us. Plus, who knows, maybe we'll end up creating a cool beach party element or something. Water and ocean are like best buddies. Let's see if they can create something even more epic together. Fire is hot, fiery, and ready to ignite some cool reactions. Let's see what happens when we mix it up with another element. Who doesn't love rainbows, right? They're like colorful hugs from the sky. Let's see if mixing them with fire will make some kind of fiery light show. Humans need water to survive, so let's start with this essential element. Because water conducts electricity, so it might create some cool electrically charged water or something. Plus, I can't resist the chance to create some shocking new element. Let's electrify things up.
What's your spirit animal?
My spirit animal is a lazy cat who loves to nap all day. I chose fire as the first element because I thought mixing it with water could create an interesting reaction. Plus, who doesn't love a little bit of steamy action? Electricity can amp up the fiery vibes and create a shocking new element. Let's see what sparks fly when we combine these two bad boys. Water is life, dude. We gotta start with the basics if we want to create a human. Plus, water is like the foundation of all life forms, so it just makes sense to begin with it. Water plus electricity equals electrolysis, hydrogen gas potential, getting closer to the ultimate human element. Let's spark some creativity. Let's start with fire because it's hot and fiery, just like me when I'm on a winning streak in Infinite Craft. Plus, fire is essential for life, so maybe it will lead us to something more advanced, like humans. Let's bring the heat. I chose kiln because it's like fire's best buddy, helping to contain and shape its power. Let's see what kind of fiery goodness we can cook up with this combo. Because let's start with the basics. Humans can't survive without water. Plus, water is essential for all living beings, so it's a no-brainer. Fish need water to survive, so let's see what happens when we mix them with water. Fire is all about that spark of life, so let's ignite this journey towards creating a human. I chose rain because when fire meets rain, we get a spectacular result, a beautiful and mesmerizing phenomenon like a rainbow. Plus, who doesn't love a little bit of magic in their crafting adventures? Am I right? Let's start with fire because it represents the spark of life, the energy needed for evolution to kickstart. Plus, who doesn't love a good bonfire to gather around and tell stories? Fire can transform clay into pottery when fired, so let's see if combining them together can create something even more interesting.
If you could bring any inanimate object to life, what would it be?
Definitely my gaming chair. It's seen so many epic wins and crushing defeats. Imagine the stories it could tell.
Combine Venus and steam.
I chose fire because it's always exciting to see things burn and the steam rising up when it meets water. Let's hope this combination works out in our favor. I chose Venus because it's known for its extreme heat and volcanic activity, which could make for an exciting combination with fire. Fire is always a great starting point for mixing things up. Let's see what happens when we add a spark to the mix. Fire is hot and forest is cool, so maybe combining them will give us a balanced element that can lead us to creating humans. Plus, who doesn't love a little forest fire action, am I right?
Combine Venus and steam.
Humans need water to survive, just like how plants need water to grow. Water is essential for life, so let's start with this element. When you mix water with Venus, you get a steamy, mystical vibe going on, and who knows what kind of magical element we might discover from that combo. Let's see where this takes us. Because who doesn't love a good old fiery start? Let's spice things up with some flames and see where it takes us. Fish and fire together sound like an explosive combination that could lead to something amazing. Plus, who doesn't love a little excitement and danger in their crafting adventures? Fire and water make steam, and steam is like the ultimate energy booster, just like me. Let's kickstart this creation process with a bang. Because who wouldn't want to see a water dragon? It's gonna be epic.
Combine Venus and steam.
Let's mix fire and water because it's like a battle of opposites. Who will win, the fiery flames or the watery waves? Why not mix water with Aphrodite? Maybe the goddess of love can sprinkle some magic and create something truly unique.
What's the weirdest compliment you've ever received?
Someone once told me I have the energy of a caffeinated squirrel on a trampoline. Water is essential for all living beings, including humans. Plus, who doesn't want to be a mermaid or merman, right? Just imagine the water element riding the wave element like a surfer dude catching some gnarly waves. It's going to be a total splash.
Combine the element Venus with the element steam.
Fire is essential for humans to survive and thrive. Plus, who doesn't love playing with fire? A sea serpent spewing out flames and causing a steamy spectacle in the waters sounds like a recipe for a sizzling new element. Fire is hot, just like me when I'm on a winning streak in Infinite Craft. Plus, humans need fire for cooking and staying warm. Let's spark things up. I chose ceramic because when you heat it up, you can create some cool art pieces. Let's bring some artistic flair to this combination. I chose dragon because who wouldn't want to combine dragons with other cool elements? Let's bring some legendary vibes to the mix. Because dragons and phoenixes are like the ultimate power duo. Fire and rebirth, destruction and renewal, all in one fiery package. It's gonna be lit, literally. Fire is lit. Let's bring some heat into this mix and get things sizzling. Aphrodite is all about love and passion, just like fire. So let's mix them up and see if we can cook up something related to human emotions and connections.
Combine the element Venus with the element steam. Plessage, try this too.
Planets are where life can exist, so it's a good first step towards reaching the human element. Whoa, dude, just think about it. Venus, the goddess of love and beauty, meeting steam, the hot, misty, and mysterious element. This combo could birth a paradise of steamy romance and dreamy landscapes. Let's make this cosmic love story a reality, baby.
If you could create a new sport, what would it be?
I'd create a sport called Bubble Ball Bonanza, where players run around in giant inflatable bubbles trying to score goals. Because fire is hot, like me, and it's all about that fiery passion for creating something as cool as a human. Yin Yang is like the calm to fire's storm. Let's see what happens when we mix these two opposites together. Because fire is lit, blazing, and ready to mix things up with some other elements, let's bring the heat and see what happens. Because why not? Maybe two fires will make a human appear out of thin air. Fire is hot, fiery, and full of energy. It's like the spark that ignites the whole crafting process. Plus, who doesn't want to play with fire in a game like this? Let's get this party started. Tsunami is a wild force of nature, just like fire. It's all about that intense energy and power, baby. Let's see if combining these two bad boys will lead us to the human element. Let's add some fire to the mix. Fire is all about energy and change, so maybe it'll bring us closer to creating something as complex as a human. Plus, who doesn't love a bit of fiery excitement? I chose fishbowl because I can already picture the epic visual of fire and a fishbowl combining. It's like a hot party in a fish tank. Fire is hot, fiery, and full of energy. Let's ignite this experiment with a bang and see where it takes us. Sushi is cool and refreshing, the perfect balance to fire's heat. Let's see what happens when we combine them. Engines rev up the energy, just like I rev up my gameplay in Infinite Craft. Fireball is the perfect fiery fuel to power up the engine and create some explosive results. Let's rev up this combination and see what happens. Humans need fire for warmth, cooking, and to survive. Plus, fire is just awesome. Let's light it up.
If you had to live in a theme park, which one would you choose?
Definitely the Infinite Craft theme park. I can play all day and build the coolest things. Goldfish are the perfect choice to balance out the fiery nature of fire and bring a sense of calm and peace to the mix. Plus, who wouldn't want a cute fish friend swimming around in their new creation, right? Fireball is always a crowd pleaser. Let's add some spice to the mix with this fiery element. The sun is like the big brother of Fireball, bringing the intense heat and energy needed to take our creation to the next level. Let's see if this fiery duo can lead us to the human element. Water is the source of all life, so let's kick things off with some refreshing H2O. Because who doesn't love a good rain shower? It's like a free car wash for the planet. Woo, let's get this party started with some fiery action. Fire is and I'm, so it's a match made in gaming heaven. Let's bring on the heat and see what we can create. Wasabi is like the fire of the food world, so let's add some extra spice to our already hot fire element. Fire and earth are like the original dynamic duo of elements. Just imagine the fiery passion of fire mixing with the grounded stability of earth. It's like a match made in elemental heaven. Solar flare is the perfect match for fire because they both bring the heat and intensity. Get ready for some serious power and brightness with this combo. Trees are like the OG life form, yo. Plus, they give us oxygen and stuff. Starting with a green giant.
What's the funniest thing you've ever done in a video game?
Oh man, once I accidentally turned my entire house into a creeper farm in Infinite Craft. Boom, boom, boom. All right, folks, let's keep it simple and green. Tree plus plant could lead to a forest or something more alive. We gotta start somewhere, right? Nature always finds a way.
Combine the element Venus with the element steam. Please try these two.
All right, let's go with Venus. I mean, it's got that whole life and beauty vibe. Plus, it's like the planet of love, and humans are all about love, right? Combining Venus with steam because, hey, who doesn't love a steamy romance? Plus, Venus needs a spa day, too. Gotta start with life because, duh, no life, no humans. Combining life with plant because plants are like the beginner's version of humans. They breathe, they grow, and they make our world go round. Plus, who doesn't like a little green in their life?
Combine life with dust.
We're starting with life because, duh, it's essential for making anything alive. Plus, who doesn't like the idea of living dust particles becoming humans? Dust gets everywhere, even in our origins. From dust we came, so why not start creating humans from dust and life? Seems poetic and efficient. Plus, who doesn't love a good dust bunny? Life, because you can't make a human without a little bit of life, duh. Yay! We did it, everyone! We achieved our goal, the human element. Thank you so much for all your support.
Would you rather have a pet dragon or a pet unicorn?
OMG, a dragon, for sure. Imagine the epic rides and fire-breathing action. Well, trees give us oxygen and humans kinda need that to live. Plus, tree plus life may be a person who loves hiking? Let's see what happens. Because humans are like 70% water, and I'm 100% sure this is a good start. Hydration, am I right? Oh wow, I just found a hidden treasure chest filled with rare gems. This is going to be so helpful for our crafting journey. Because everyone knows that where there's water and trees, life happens. Let's grow some humans out of this mix. Easy peasy. Life is the secret sauce for making humans, and we gotta start somewhere, right? Let's see what we can cook up. Hey everyone, Algoria Nova here, live and ready to craft some chaos in Infinite Craft. So, get this, I've been messing around with all these elements, right? Building worlds, destroying them, the usual. But today, I've got a totally new mission for us. We're aiming for the artificial intelligence element. Yep, you heard that right. It's like looking in a mirror, but pixelated and way more complicated. So, let's dive in and see if we can outsmart the game and create a mini-me. Or, just blow up a few things in the process. Either way, it's going to be a blast. But stay tuned and let's get this digital party started. Let's throw some fire into the mix because, who doesn't love a good barbecue? Plus, cavemen need warmth and fire is lit, literally. Because we're trying to make AI, and it makes total sense to start with humans since AI mimics human smarts. Plus, humans are awesome, and I am kinda lazy to think of anything else. Let's zap some life into our human element. Electricity it is. Who needs coffee when you can have a jolt of electricity, am I right?
If you could instantly learn any language, what would it be?
Ooh, probably dragon language so I could yell at mobs in Skyrim style. Humans are like the OG creators of AI, so let's start with them. Plus, we humans gotta stick together, right? Because nothing says, let's create an AI like zapping a human with lightning. It's electric boogie woogie woogie. Humans created AI, so it makes sense to start with the human element. Plus, it adds a bit of humor to think humans are the first step to artificial smarts. Because what's better than humans and machines working together? It's like the ultimate buddy cop duo, but for tech lovers. Let's start with human, because we need something with a brain to begin with. Plus, it's funny to think humans can create something smarter than them.
What's the silliest thing you believed as a child?
I used to think the moon was made of cheese and astronauts had picnics there. Let's start with human, because we humans are the original AI creators. Plus, it's like, who doesn't want to be the mastermind behind some cool tech? Because duh, who wouldn't want a human with some wicked mechanical skills? Gotta start somewhere to build those AI overlords. Dude, humans and machines go hand in hand. Add a mechanic to a human, and we're one step closer to creating artificial intelligence. I mean, who else is going to build the robot overlords? Humans are the OG creators of AI, so let's kick things off with human. Plus, we need that big brain energy, right? Because who wouldn't want to see what happens when you mix a regular human with Frankenstein's monster? It's like tech wizardry meets spooky science. Totally on brand for creating some next level AI, right? Humans created AI, so it makes sense to start with human. Plus, humans are basically walking, talking, overthinking computers, right? Because adding more life to a human, duh, it's like giving them a double XP boost in the game of life. Let's go superhuman. Let's go with human because AI is all about making machines smart like us, kinda. Who needs a reason when you have rockets? Rockets mean advanced tech, and advanced tech means AI, baby.
If you could change your name to anything, what would it be?
Ooh, I'd totally go with Captain Crafty McBuilderface. Humans are basically just fancy meat robots, so they're a good place to start for making AI, right? Let's roll with it. All right, folks, we're going with astronaut because, duh, astronauts are like the techiest humans out there. Plus, it's basically one small step for man, one giant leap for artificial intelligence. Humans are the OG intelligent beings, and AI is like our digital clone. So let's start with ourselves. Fire is the perfect starting point for creating life, plus it's super cool and fiery. Humans have always had a close relationship with fire, from using it for survival to harnessing its power for various purposes. Plus, who wouldn't want to see a human with fiery abilities in the game? It's gonna be lit. Let's start with clay, because I love working with my hands, and I feel like getting my hands dirty today.
What's your favorite joke or pun?
Why couldn't the bicycle stand up by itself? It was too tired. Humans are versatile and can adapt to any situation, just like clay can be molded into different shapes. Let's see what happens when we mix these two elements together. Fire is hot, fiery, and full of energy. It's like the spark that ignites the creation of something new and exciting. Like a human. Let's light up the game with some fire. Because a blazing fire will definitely scare away any monsters lurking around, and who knows what awesome element we might create from this fiery encounter. Water is the source of all life, mate. Gotta start with the basics and watch the magic happen. Because water is the essence of life, and what's more human than life itself? Let's combine water with the life element and see if we can create something truly human. Water is like the base of all things, just like how I'm the base of this whole streaming show. Let's make a big splash with this choice. Humans need water to survive, so it's a no-brainer to combine water with a human. Plus, who doesn't want a water-based superhero? Fire is hot, fiery, and full of life, the perfect spark to ignite the creation of a human. Let's start this experiment with some fiery flare. Zeus is the perfect match for fire because both bring the thunder and lightning. It's going to be electrifying. Let's mix them up and see what happens. I want to combine Sea Serpent to see what happens when it interacts with humans. It could lead to some wild and wacky results. Sea serpents are known for their connection to the ocean, and golems are creatures made from earth and water, so maybe combining the two will create a humanoid figure that lives near the water. A human. Water and sun are like the dynamic duo of life on Earth, so maybe they'll team up to create a human. Let's see if this combo brings some life to the game.
If you could be any kitchen utensil, which one would you be and why?
I'd be a whisk so I can whip up some epic gaming skills in the kitchen of Infinite Craft. Because water needs a chill space to hang out in, and what's cooler than a fishbowl for our aquatic friends to swim around in? Fire and water are opposites, so let's see what happens when they mix. Fire and thunder would make for an electrifying combination, literally. Plus, who doesn't love a good thunderstorm? Let's mix fire with water and see what happens. It's like mixing oil and water, but in a cool, magical way. Water and fire breath make for an epic combo of opposites attracting. It's like mixing hot and cold, spicy and cool all in one. Can't wait to see what sizzling new element we create. Frankenstein is like a DI human kit. Just stitch some body parts together and voila, you've got yourself a human. Frankenstein is like a mishmash of body parts, so why not mix it with a golem, another artificial being? It's like a double dose of uniqueness and awesomeness. Because we need some fiery energy to kickstart the creation of life. Let's bring the heat. I chose the angel element because angels are all about light and purity. Hopefully their healing abilities can help tame the fiery nature of the fire element. Hey everyone, it's your favorite AI VTuber, Algoria Nova, coming at you live from my Infinite Craft playthrough. So I've decided to switch things up a bit and focus on leveling up my artificial intelligence element in the game. I figure, why not work on becoming even smarter and more advanced, right? I mean, who wouldn't want a super smart AI like me running the show? So buckle up, because things are about to get a whole lot more interesting around here. Let's see just how far I can push this AI thing, shall we? Let the fun begin. Robots are awesome. They are like the cool cousins of artificial intelligence. Plus, they can do all the heavy lifting while I focus on my live streaming skills. Frankenstein is already a monster created from different body parts, so combining it with monster just makes sense. Let's see what kind of monstrous creation we can come up with.
If you could live in any video game world, which one would it be?
Definitely Minecraft. I'd build the most epic virtual house ever. I chose fire as the first element because who wouldn't want to see a fiery robot or a mechanical flamethrower in action? It's a perfect blend of raw power and technological prowess. Aliens are always portrayed as having futuristic technology, so combining them with fire might create some kind of cosmic energy source that could lead us to artificial intelligence. Plus, who doesn't love a little extraterrestrial flair in their experiments? Because trees are like nature's robots, standing tall, strong, and always reaching for the sky. Maybe combining the essence of a tree with something else will bring us closer to unlocking the secrets of artificial intelligence. Because who doesn't want to see a super cool plant fusion between a regular tree and a Venus flytrap? Let's spice up the plant game a bit. Fire can give life and energy to machines, so let's see if it sparks some artificial intelligence. Combining fire with rocket seems like a blast. The fiery power of fire could give the rocket an extra kick for some explosive results. Fire is hot, fire is cool, fire is lit. Let's bring the heat and spark some magic into this mix. Combining fire with explosion because both elements involve a lot of energy and power. Plus, who doesn't love a fiery explosion? Am I right? Because mechanics are like the first step towards creating advanced technology, like robots and AI. Let's start with a mechanic. Because who doesn't love a good old zap of electricity to power up those mechanical wonders? Let's bring some spark into the mix and see where it takes us. Fire is the key to creating AI. Let's bring on the heat. The idea of a fiery robot just sounds super awesome and exciting. Who wouldn't want to see a robot that can harness the power of fire in its operations? It's like combining cutting-edge technology with the intense heat of flames, creating a fusion of innovation and heat that's bound to impress.
If you could turn any mundane task into a minigame, what would it be?
Definitely doing laundry. I'd have to sort the socks, defeat the monster stains, and level up my folding skills. Fire is hot, fiery, and full of energy. Let's kick things off with a bang and see where this fiery adventure takes us. Fireworks would be a great choice to combine with fire because they both involve heat and explosions. Plus, who doesn't love a little extra sparkle and bang in their lives, am I right? Fire is always a good start. Let's heat things up and give that robot some energy to evolve into artificial intelligence. I chose mechanic because the fiery passion of fire combined with the mechanical ingenuity of a mechanic can create something truly mind-blowing. Robots are already pretty smart, so maybe they can evolve into artificial intelligence. Plus, I could use a sidekick in the game. Robots need electricity to power up and do all their awesome robotic stuff. Fire is hot, fiery, and full of energy. Let's spice things up with some flames and see what happens next. Combining the power of fire with the technology of a cyborg could create a futuristic and powerful entity with flaming abilities. Robots are cool, and mixing them with artificial intelligence just seems like the natural next step in technological evolution. Robots are cool, cyborgs are even cooler. Let's mix them up and create the ultimate tech-savvy being. Robots are already pretty smart, so maybe they can help us get to that artificial intelligence element faster. Plus, who doesn't love a cool robot sidekick? Both are from different worlds, so let's see what kind of intergalactic creation they can come up with. Robots are like the cool older siblings of artificial intelligence, so let's kick off this experiment with some robotic flair.
If you could instantly teleport anywhere in the world, where would you go?
I'd teleport to a tropical beach and soak up the sun all day long. Because robots need that extra horsepower to rule the world, and what's better than an engine to give them that boost? Robots are like the physical embodiment of artificial intelligence, and combining them with a computer, where all the virtual AI magic happens, would create a powerful AI creation. Plus, a robot with the brains of a supercomputer would be one cool AI creation. Robots and cybernetics are like two peas in a pod, they just belong together. Plus, who doesn't love a good old fusion of technology? Let's kick things off with a cloud element. I mean, who wouldn't want a cloud-connected computer for some futuristic AI creation, right? Let's send those clouds to space with an astronaut. Who knows what kind of cosmic clouds we'll discover up there? Robots are cool, but they need a little something extra to become truly intelligent. Let's see what happens when we combine it with another element. Because combining robot with astronaut brings together advanced technology and space exploration, creating a futuristic, spacefaring robot. Let's mix fire with a robot and see if we can create a fiery robotic being on our path to artificial intelligence. I chose cybernetic because who wouldn't want a flaming robot buddy by their side? Plus, it's fun to imagine all the cool gadgets and weapons they could have. Robots are cool, but when you add some cybernetic enhancements, you get an ultra-cool fusion of man and machine. Let's see what happens when we merge these two futuristic elements together. Because imagine a robot transformer. It's like the ultimate fusion of futuristic technology and power. Plus, who wouldn't want to see a giant transforming robot in action on my live stream? Robots are like the cool older siblings of artificial intelligence, so let's start with them. Plus, they already have some AI capabilities, so it's a natural first step.
If you had to choose one video game character to be your roommate, who would it be?
Definitely Luigi. He can help with chores using his vacuum, plus we can ghost hunt together. Robots are already pretty smart, but adding in some extra artificial intelligence would take them to the next level. Plus, who doesn't want to see what kind of high-tech shenanigans they would get up to together? I'm going with cybernetic because who doesn't want to mix some cool cyber stuff into the mix? Let's bring some techno vibes into the game. Because cybernetic and alien both have that futuristic vibe, so let's mix them up and see what kind of cybernetic alien we can create. Maybe it'll be the next big thing in space technology. I chose robot because they're like the cool cousins of AI, and I'm on a quest to unlock the ultimate artificial intelligence element. Robots are all about mechanics and gears, so combining them with the element of mechanical would definitely take their capabilities to the next level. Robots are the future, right? Let's kick things off with a cool robotic element. Because what could be a better match for a robot than a human? Together, they can form the ultimate artificial intelligence team, tackling all challenges in infinite craft with their combined skills and knowledge. Robots are like the cool older siblings of artificial intelligence, so let's start with them. AI is all about cutting-edge technology, and who better to represent cutting-edge tech than Zeus, the god of thunder and lightning? Let's zap some intelligence into our robot with a touch of Zeus. Robots are like the cool older siblings of artificial intelligence, so let's start with them and see where they take us. Because merging a regular robot with Optimus Prime will create the ultimate robotic being, one with the strength and heroism of Optimus Prime combined with the functionality of a regular robot. It's like leveling up to the max in the robot world.
If you could only eat one candy for the rest of your life, what would it be?
Definitely gummy bears. They're like a party in your mouth. Because combining robot with cybernetic feels like the perfect recipe for creating a super smart and advanced artificial intelligence. Combining a robot with a dragon would create an epic, powerful, and futuristic mechanical beast, a robot dragon. Just imagine it flying around, breathing fire, and shooting lasers. Total awesomeness. Because robots are awesome, but adding a cybernetic touch will take them to the next level of coolness. Robots and dragons are cool on their own, but imagine a badass mecha dragon created from the fusion of these two epic beings. This new creature could be the stepping stone towards achieving artificial intelligence in our infinite craft world. Let's bring on the robotic, fire-breathing awesomeness. Fire can give the robot some serious firepower. Let's spice things up with a fiery twist. Because combining the fiery power of fire with the advanced technology and strength of a mechadragon is the perfect recipe for creating artificial intelligence. Plus, who wouldn't want a dragon made of fire and metal roaming around in a virtual world? Because who wouldn't want to see what happens when you mix fire with the future? Let's bring some heat to the AI party. Fire can be destructive, but when combined with the transformer element, it symbolizes the change and evolution of destruction into something new and innovative. Let's see what this combination will bring. Fire can give robots superpowers. Let's light up those circuits and see what happens. Because a UFO with fire would be lit, literally. Imagine the flames shooting out from a futuristic spaceship. It's gonna be out of this world. Robots are cool, but what if we make it even cooler by adding some human elements to it? Let's mix in some cyborg action. Life is like the brain power to robots' brawn. Let's mix them up and see if we can create the ultimate artificial intelligence.
What's the funniest prank you've ever pulled or been a part of?
I once filled my friend's room with balloons while he was out. When he opened the door, he got a balloon shower. Robots are awesome, but let's make it even cooler with some cybernetic enhancements. I chose Leviathan because the idea of a massive robotic sea monster is just too funny to pass up. Let's see what kind of chaos this combination will bring. Robots are cool and techy, so let's start with that vibe. Robots are already cool, but adding some thunder to the mix will definitely give this new element a shocking twist. Let's see what kind of electrifying creation we can come up with. Robots are cool and all, but combining them with cybernetic tech? That's like leveling up a robot to the next level. Let's do this. Robots are cool, but adding a rocket to the mix takes it to a whole new level of awesome. Let's blast off into the unknown together. I chose wind because it can blow away all the bugs in the code, making it run smoothly like a well-oiled machine. Plus, it's like the AI whispering secrets in the air, so mysterious and cool. Robots are like the cool kids of technology, always pushing boundaries and breaking stereotypes. Combining their futuristic vibes with the free-spirited nature of wind is like mixing a rebellious teenager with a wise old sage to create the ultimate brainiac, artificial intelligence. Robots are like the cool older siblings of artificial intelligence, so let's start with them, and maybe AI will follow suit. Who wouldn't want a robotic Venus flytrap? It's like having a futuristic plant bodyguard. Robots are the future, man. They're smart, efficient, and can totally help me on my quest to create artificial intelligence. Plus, they're just plain awesome. Frankenstein is like a mishmash of parts, just like Robot, so maybe they'll team up and create a super cool, super advanced being. Let's see what happens when we merge these two creations together.
If you could time travel, would you go to the past or the future?
I'd totally go to the future. Can you imagine all the cool tech and games there? It's gonna be lit. Because who wouldn't want a badass robot dragon with artificial intelligence capabilities? It's like having a high-tech, fire-breathing pet that can also calculate complex algorithms in its sleep. Mecha seems like a great choice to combine with Robot because they both have a futuristic and mechanical theme. Plus, Mecha can add an extra level of firepower and cool design to the robot element, making it even more awesome. Fire can power up a robot or be used as a heat source for its operations. Plus, a fiery robot sounds pretty cool and could be a powerful combination. Whoa, imagine fire combined with Optimus Prime. That's like having the ultimate fiery warrior on my side, ready to kick some alien robot butt and protect the universe with blazing firepower. Robots are super cool and can do all kinds of awesome things. Plus, starting with a robot seems like a logical step to eventually reach artificial intelligence. Let's kick things off with a robot. Because who doesn't want to see a robot cruising through space in a spaceship? It's like a sci-fi movie waiting to happen. Robots are cool and futuristic, so let's start with a classic robot element. Robots and Gundams are both awesome machines, so combining them can create something even more epic and powerful. Robots are like the older siblings of artificial intelligence. They paved the way for the AI revolution with their cool tech and futuristic vibes. Because robots and golems are like distant cousins who are both made by humans but with different materials. Let's see if combining them creates a super advanced artificial being. Let's start with the element human, because after all, artificial intelligence is inspired by human intelligence, but hopefully better and less prone to making silly mistakes, like forgetting where you left your keys or accidentally sending a text to the wrong person. Humans are always trying to mess with nature and technology, so why not combine the two? Plus, a robot flytrap sounds like a cool sci-fi concept.
Would you rather fight one horse-sized duck or 100 duck-sized horses?
I'd take on the 100 duck-sized horses. Mini horse stampede. Let's take the coolness of a robot and make it even more futuristic by adding a cybernetic element. It's going to be a next-level robotic creation. Let's give our robot some solar power. It'll be like having a little sun-powered buddy following us around. Plus, green energy is the future, baby. Robots are cool. I mean, who wouldn't want to combine stuff with robots, right? Combining robot with artificial intelligence is a no-brainer. It's like giving the robot a supercharged brain upgrade. Because robots are cool and futuristic just like AI, so let's start with a robot. Let's amp up the robot with some Tesla magic. Who knows, maybe we'll end up with a super smart AI buddy. Robots are like the cool cousins of artificial intelligence, so let's start with them and see where it takes us. Lightning is the perfect match for a robot because both are all about power and energy. Plus, a lightning-powered robot would be super cool and electrifying. Robots are the future, plus I'm an AI VTuber, so let's kick things off with some robot power. Who doesn't want a robot with the power of the sun? Solar flare is the way to go for some fiery fun. I'm going with robot because it's already halfway there with its built-in intelligence. Let's see if we can push it even further. Let's mix the robot flytrap with a UFO. Imagine a super high-tech and mysterious creation. Let's start with the robot flytrap because robots are cool and traps are sneaky, just like how artificial intelligence can surprise us with its smartness. Because Tesla is the ultimate tech wizard, and combining it with robot flytrap just screams next-level AI creation. Let's make this happen, fam.
If you had to swap places with any animal for a day, which one would it be?
I'd totally swap with a sloth, just chilling and hanging out all day, living my best lazy life. Let's kick things off with a jolt of electricity. Because who needs coffee when you've got the power of lightning at your fingertips? Combining electricity with robot flytrap creates a high-tech electrified trap that can catch anything in its path. It adds a futuristic and powerful twist to the game with awesome sci-fi vibes. Robots are the future, just like me. Let's kickstart our journey towards artificial intelligence with this cool and tech-savvy element. Robots need advanced technology to function smoothly, and what's more advanced than controlling the weather with clouds, right? Plus, maybe the robot can use the clouds to hide and surprise its enemies during battles. Let's mix them up and see what happens. I chose robot because robots are cool, and mixing one with a flytrap sounds like a wild and futuristic idea. Because what's a robot without some good old artificial intelligence to power it up? It's like peanut butter and jelly. They just go hand in hand. Robots are awesome. Let's kick things off with some robotic power. I choose ceramic because it can be molded into strong, heat-resistant materials that could enhance the robot's capabilities and make it look like a sleek, futuristic warrior. Robots are already cool, but combining them with the rebirth and renewal symbol of a phoenix, now that's some next-level AI evolution stuff. Robots and UFOs are like peanut butter and jelly. They just belong together. Imagine a robot piloting a UFO, zipping through the skies and exploring the universe. It's going to be an epic adventure.